what were some of the big things you saw as the biggest shifts going from building level administrator to district level administrator?
The biggest shift is, as a building level administrator, I really got to be the instructional leader of that building. I got to spend so much time in classrooms with my students. My goal as a principal was, you've been in those classrooms when the principal walks in and everybody just kind of stops in their tracks. Because
I've had that classroom. They're like, "Oh,
yeah.
what are we supposed to do?" I'm like, "Keep doing what we're doing, you weirdos."
Yeah, exactly. And to me, that's always been the principal's fault. The principal walking in the classroom shouldn't feel any different than the teacher walking in the classroom on the Monday. Yeah, the kids are excited, and now we're doing what we're doing because we see Mr. Stecker on the reg. So I did a boatload of walk-through observations. I was just in classrooms all of the time. Also, when I was an elementary principal, it was in a large district, and now I'm in a very small district. So my role as elementary principal was so specialized, and I could be so instruction and student focused. Now, as superintendent in a very small district, I am director of transportation, I'm director of special education. If there's a leadership role where normally an executive cabinet dude would do it, I'm that guy. So I don't get to be near specialized as what I was before, and that's hard, man. But the advantage, though, is still every one of those roles is more effective with positive relationships.
Oh, absolutely. I think you could apply that to anything. It's always better with good relationships. Sorry, keep going.
So that's like one of the things where, all right, every year I got to buy buses. I don't know squat about buying buses.
Yeah.
But I know when I build good relationships with my bus drivers, and they can let me know what's up and what's good and bad and what we need to do, and with my students on my routes and with parents who drop their kids off on the bus and with my vendors that are trying to sell buses, it's still all the same stuff. I still don't know jack about buses, but I know people I trust who know jack about buses.
That's good. That's good. That's what I think it was a while back. I was reading I think it was Ronald Reagan's his like diaries thing that came out. And I like to read presidents' books, all of them, no preference. And his thing was like, you could tell like he wasn't like the most educated dude in the world, but what he always tried to do was hire the people that were tops and all their stuff. It's not like, oh, here's my buddy or here's somebody who supported me. It was like, who's the best person for this role, and try to toss them in there. And I think that it's big, especially like you said, on communicating with people. Not only do you have their trust, they have your trust, and they're willing to talk to you, but you get to figure out in the process, like, does this person know what they're talking about? Should I trust what they're saying about buses or curriculum or whatever it is? You're getting to know like throughout the year. It's not a surprise when you're like, hey, should I buy this? They're like, yeah, that's the thing to buy. And you buy it and you're like, this is a terrible idea. And you're like, why'd you not know that? And they're like, well, I don't know anything. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You should have known that. So that's cool. That constant communication.
It reminds me, I just read a quote from Steve Jobs that reread it. I've seen it all over the place all the time. And it's to the effect of, we don't hire smart people to tell them what to do. We hire smart people to tell us what to do. And smart is important in that. People got to know their stuff. Trust in relationships is more important. Especially when, you are I always tell people the buck stops with me, but I'm trusting you so that buck stops at the right place. Yeah. And we're in the middle of doing some hiring right now, and we're going to hire an elementary position, and I'm going to sit in on that interview, but my elementary principal, Sean, knows it's like, this is your call with my approval. Like, I know you're not going to go off the rails. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what's best for your first grade students, better than I, what's the best fit for our elementary team. You are a smart guy. But if Sean doesn't trust me, that he can say, Sam, we have a difference of opinion. I think this candidate's the right one. I know you're leaning this way, but this is the right one. If he doesn't trust me, he won't say that. He'll just say, here, Sam, here's what you think is a good idea, so we'll do that. So, yeah, the smarts is important, but people don't get a chance to exhibit those smarts if you don't have the relationship and the trust.
Absolutely. Because if you make any suggestion at all or inclination that you want to go one way, he'll just be like, well, he's the boss. I'll just do what he says anyways. Mm-hmm. He doesn't feel like he can tell you what he really thinks. And then in the end, if that person doesn't work out, he's going to blame you, even though it's not your fault because he didn't tell you. So I think you're right. Communication, for every relationship, work, personal, social, marriage, I think communication, it's huge. So